Hi guys, this is the story of my fine jewellery shopping experience and how I got seriously upsold. So, like most of my journey so far with Hermes, which is pretty much where I had just fallen in love with the bags and was trying to find different items that I liked to perhaps try and get me my way there towards a bag. I wasn't hugely interested in fine jewellery, but I thought, look, I'd better tick this department off to make sure that I have a broad spend in my profile. But once I started looking into this category of Hermes, I absolutely fell in love. And I started to really love a lot of their different pieces and appreciate the beauty in them. And I completely blame this on my SA. So to begin with, I went into the store with my husband, who I have to blame as well because he's an absolute enabler too. We went in and I really just wanted to start very, very small and lower end on the scale. So I asked to look at a silver ring. So this silver ring was the chain dunk basic ring. You see it on many, many other people that are also dipping their toes into fine jewelry. And I thought, look, it looks quite nice on other people. I'm pretty sure it'll look nice on myself, and that'll be tick, it'll be that department's done. So I tried it on and it just fell flat. Like I tried it on, it looked really, really disappointing, and I didn't even really know how to hide my disappointment because it just looked so bad on me. It made my fingers just look like sausages. And look, I don't really have the nicest hands in the world. I don't have super slim fingers or really lovely skin on my hands, so I really need something more than this ring. So the SA of mine is obviously very experienced in and trying to upsell customers. So he brought out the tray and he brought out the ring that I did try, as well as the chunkier model that was a bit more layered. So I went from trying a $900 and something silver ring, and he thought, here we go, let's try this one. It's about $1,200. Now, when I tried that on, it was a little bit more interesting, but then my husband said, it's lacking shine. Do you have anything with some sparkle? Now, ding, ding, ding. Happy signals go off in my SA's head, and he brings out the next tray. So the next tray does have some sparkle on it. And we move on from trying just regular silver jewelry to starting to look at the white gold stuff. So we are now looking at the white gold rings, and the first one that I try from there is you're gonna have to excuse my French here, the Échappé Hermes ring. Now this is in a completely different league to the Chain d'Angre. So this is 0.43 carats. It has 62 diamonds. It's 12,945. So we've gone from 3 figures to 5 figures, but it is absolutely gorgeous. And look, I'm not a huge diamond girl, but obviously when you try something without diamonds and then something with diamonds, especially with that Hermes lighting, I think it really does make a huge difference. So my hand began to sparkle, and the stars in my eyes also started to sparkle, and I started to think, wow, this is really beautiful. So the only thing about this Échappé ring is, look, I probably will return to it at some stage. I do really love it. It is absolutely gorgeous. I just didn't know if it was a statement enough piece. So look, I'm one of those people that, you know, there are some people that wear Hermes that they want it to be really, really under the radar, and if you know, you know. But with me, I like to buy beautiful pieces, and I like them to have a little bit of an Hermes signature look to them as well. So it seemed a little bit too under the radar, but I do think I'll be back for this in the future at some point. So after she brought out this ring, I thought, oh, it's nice. And my husband said, is there anything else? So this is where she brings out the Kelly clochette ring, and this is in a rose gold, $14,735. So we've gone a notch up a little bit here, and the medium model is 0.63 carats of diamonds. So even more diamonds this time, and at this stage I absolutely adore it. So it's got the little clochette which dangles around, it sparkles, it catches the light in all the beautiful ways. It's a very, very comfortable ring to wear. At this stage, my SA realizes that this is the ring that I'm starting to fall in love with, but he then offers in the white gold. So we bring out the white gold. This is actually called a different name. It's the white gold Kelly Cardenas, and this is $15,930. Now I do notice that the rose gold is cheaper in a lot of the jewelry and the fine jewelry compared to the white gold. I'm not sure if this is in all other luxury brands as well, but certainly for Hermes this does seem to be the case. A lot of their jewelry does seem to be in the rose gold, and then they do have a significant portion in the white gold, a little bit less of the silver, and then even less so more of gold. So they do seem to be phasing the regular gold out, which I guess just is related to demand from the market, even though I do find a lot of their regular gold pieces are still gorgeous. Their regular gold is a nice gold. It's not a very yellow gold. It still has a lovely sort of cool undertone to it as well. So after trying on these two rings, I decide I absolutely love these rings, and I just need to decide between the yellow gold and the white gold. Now they don't have my size at this stage, so the other issue is the store is closing, and I do realize that this is a very important decision to make. So I don't want to feel rushed by it. So they don't have my size anyway, so I'm not walking out with the size that I want, and I'm not going to be walking out with the ring that I want. So I make another appointment. Let's order the ring with the right size, and we'll try it on again. So while I was in shopping, I also looked at the Kelly ring in the small model. This was $5,180. Not quite enough sparkle on this one, I'm afraid. It's only 0.02 carats, and compared to the Kelly Clochette ring, you just can't compare. There just isn't enough sparkle and shine. So that is the problem with trying on the really sparkly stuff first. It's really hard to step back and go for less sparkle after that. A few weeks later, I'm back and I'm trying the two rings again, and I do realize that the white gold does look nicer because it does look more like a wall of diamonds. Whereas with the with the rose gold, you do see the spaces in between a bit more, and the rose gold doesn't seem to look as nice on my skin tone as the white gold at that stage. So I am about to pay for this ring when I then decide to ask, can I just try on some bracelets as well? And he is like, absolutely, sure, have a seat, and I've got time. I do check that he's got time, and we sit down and he brings out some trays of bracelets. So you'll see that there are a spectrum of bracelets that he brings out. He brings out the Kelly Gourmette style in the small model. So the small model, basically I tried the one with the 6 diamonds, which is for $16,725. There's also a version that has 41 diamonds, and that has 0.9 carats in it. That's compared to the 0.08 carats of the 6 diamonds. So the 0.90 carat one has 41 diamonds, and that is $27,080. Now, these are really gorgeous, but I also think to myself, perhaps I should try on the bangle style, which is similar to like the Cartier style bracelet. So I try on the Kelly bracelet or bangle in the small model with the 4 diamonds, which is $15,530, and it's 0.02 carats. But I realized that there are 2 problems with this bracelet for me. One is that I have extremely small wrists. So with extremely small wrists, Cartier is fantastic at making sure that they accommodate for many, many different wrist sizes, and they have very small increments in their changes so that you can really get the perfect size for you. The issue with Hermes is that they do not. So they really only have, I think it's only 3 sizes if I'm correct, and these 3 sizes are meant to accommodate a whole population of people with varying sizes of wrists. So the Kelly bangle or bracelet on me is just way too big. Like, it's just going past this bone here. It is looking a little bit ludicrous, and it's just spinning around on my wrist way too much, which is actually really disappointing for me, because when I had seen this on other people and I had seen it in the store, I had always imagined that this would become part of my fine jewelry collection, maybe in the way future. but I always thought, oh, it'd be lovely to have this to add later on. It's so gorgeous, and I do love the Kelly clasp. But I guess that really rules out all of the bangle style bracelets for me, unless in the future they do decide to change their styles and create better sizing ratios. So I try it on, and that's the first main issue. The second main issue is the value. So the value for diamonds, yes, you are getting a lot of gold in it, but for 0.02 carats, you're paying $15,530. So for me, it makes more sense to choose something else like the ring, which has more diamonds on it, or perhaps something else with more diamonds on it. So I think you are really paying for that, the fact that the bangle style is extremely popular. Now you can also get this Kelly bracelet with the full pave on the buckle, and that's 61 diamonds, total of 0.36 carats, and that's $26,880. So again, same issue with the bracelet. So this is where I stopped trying the bangle styles, because I realized that this is really not going to work, and the only ones that are probably going to work are the chain styles. So the Kelly Gourmette was really beautiful, and I tried it on for a really good amount of time, and with my Cartier bracelet, you can see it looks absolutely stunning. I think that they are a great match. My only concern is that, does the Cartier bracelet slip over the Gourmette over time as you're moving your hand around? And I didn't really want to do it in front of the SA, because I didn't want to bang up this beautiful brand new Gourmette bracelet by dangling my hand around and moving my Cartier bracelet over it. So that's one of those things that did put a little bit of doubt in my mind, but I thought it was fantastic. I sent some photos to my husband and said, I think this is the one. I really, really like this one. And he said to me, it looks like a men's Cuban bracelet. And I was like, what? Where do you get that from? I looked at it again. I was like, oh, maybe. He said, it looks so masculine. He said, don't get it. You will regret it. And we decided to try on the Kelly chain bracelets. Now, I tried on the Kelly chain bracelet and absolutely fell in love again. So the Kelly chain bracelet comes in a small model that you can get for $18,915. It has a lot of beautiful diamonds sitting along the buckle, and then you can get it in a double bracelet where the chain wraps around twice, and it can also be converted into a choker, so it's got a double use, and that's $22,300, 41 diamonds and 0.62 carats. So at this stage, I absolutely love that, and I think that probably the value in getting the double bracelet and being able to convert it to a choker is better than just having the bracelet on its own. I do wish that they made this in the white gold in the choker double bracelet at that stage. I think that they do make that now without the full pave diamonds on it. But at the time that I was looking, they didn't have it. They only had it in the rose gold and the gold. And I had assumed that rose gold would be the way for me to go, just because it does seem to be the most common gold that's being tried on by many of their customers. And I just assumed that was the right one for me. I would have really loved to try the Kelly chain lariat necklace. They didn't have it in the store at that stage, so it was 0.62 carats, and I did read those from some reviews that the clasp area flips over a lot when you wear it, and people are constantly having to flip over or feel around and check that their clasp is sitting the right way. So I thought that was probably going to be really annoying and would really bug me, so I decided that probably it's not really something that you can check in store very easily when you're trying it on and you're walking around really properly and you're looking at it in the mirror, but it's good to hear from these experiences from other people. Now, while I was in the store, my SA let me have a play around a bit and also let me try on the crescendo ring. Now, what I really loved about this is it's a musical interpretation into a piece of jewelry, and the stones gradually move from smallest to largest, just like crescendo in music means that you go from a lower volume to a larger volume. And it has 1.21 carats in total, 32 diamonds, $52,000, Look, my SA mate had been trying to upsell me, but he couldn't quite get me all the way there. But we had a giggle and I tried it on for fun. He knew it was for fun. And then he also brought out another one for me to try, which is the Kelly baguette bracelet. So I can't see this price in the white gold, but for the rose gold, it is $357,000. Now, as I said before, the white gold does retail for more than the rose gold. So I can only suspect this was probably close to $400,000. And it did feel pretty special and pretty sparkly. Again, just a giggling piece between my SA and I. Obviously, I'm not in the market for that, but it was so nice to be given the chance to try this. It's not every day you get to go in and try a piece that's almost $500,000. The other two rings that I did try was the Kelly clochette ring. So very, very dainty, very unshiny compared to some of the other things that I tried, like the white gold Kelly Cardenas or the Kelly clochette ring. So after pretty much trying on a huge amount of fine jewelry, having an absolute ball, and I'm telling you that hours passed. So I had been in to see my SA. He had been so fantastic. He knew I was serious. So my intention is always to buy these pieces, not to drag things along. But I think that he could see that I had gone from considering a $900 piece to then trying on pieces that were much, much more expensive. And really, when I had settled on a piece on the day, they just never had my size. So I have chosen one of these pieces, and I will reveal which one it is in one of my upcoming videos in the future. I'm just going to wear it for a little bit and see how I feel about it. That way I can give you a proper review, not just an unboxing, but tell you how it's gone throughout my day-to-day wear and how I've enjoyed wearing it. But I do have to warn you that when you go into Hermes and you go into the fine jewelry section, they are going to bring out the trays. They are going to bring out all the sparkle. It's going to be hard. So you're going to either have to have some serious willpower, or you're going to have to bring someone in with you who's going to not be such an enabler like the person I brought in with me. Or if you have the budget to go for it, then of course do go for it. They will never just bring out the one piece that you're interested in. They will bring out other pieces as well. You will fall in love. There's something about being in that lovely environment. You're sitting at a lovely table, you're comfortable, you're being given water, you're having lovely conversation, having a laugh, having a chat. It is really hard to not fall for these beautiful sparkly pieces in front of you. So great to have you guys along for a chat. We'll see you around. Would really appreciate if you could hit a like button or a subscribe button. See you soon.